Hello and welcome to another day trading video. In today's video, we are going to go over how exactly I was able to make over 3.5 times my daily goal of 1%. First things first, we must perform a technical breakdown on crude oil because that is the commodity that I am going to be trading today. So pay attention to the top right-hand corner of the screen. In this example, we must first identify a broken support level, which is clearly drawn in here for you at 52.20. This is going to be $52.20 a barrel, which has previously been a support level for crude oil. Now that we've broken below this level, we're in a free fall and must identify the next target level, which we will be headed to. So this next level is clearly drawn in at $51 a barrel because in the past we have come down and touched there 3 separate times. Now that we've identified the potential for this trade to be a home run, we can delve deeper into the charts and look for a decent entry point. So I'm looking at the 1-day, 1-minute chart, and this, at the time, I believed was going to be a perfect entry, and that is exactly at 6:37 on DWT, because I'm going to be trading DWT, not the actual future crude oil. And that is because DWT is a triple leveraged ETF of the commodity crude oil, and it's an inverse leveraged ETF. So as crude oil sells off from $52 a barrel down to $51 a barrel, DWT should move upwards the corresponding amount. So for every 1% that crude oil drops, DWT should, in an ideal world, go up 3%. It doesn't always play out like that. Sometimes it moves more, sometimes it moves less, but for the most part, it follows suit. So right there, I was drawing to see the potential profit, percentage-wise, that crude oil had to offer, and I identified that as about 1.25%, and so that's going to translate over onto DWT as about 3 to 4%, really depending on the day. Like I said, it's not a 1-to-1 correlation, but I identified right there that around 660 was going to be where I thought or where I could see DWT heading to. That's about 3.7%, I believe. So let's just say 3.5%. It's 33 cents on each share that I get, which is a decent amount of money, in my opinion. And I really like to confirm my hypothesis, if you will, with different charts. So in a second here, I start going into different time frames to identify potential resistance levels for DWT. Right here on the 180-day chart, I see that the previous high was right there at 660, so that was a plus. Now I go into the yearly chart where each candlestick is 1 day, and on this chart it looks like the next support or the next resistance is going to be at $7, and that does not confirm it. That's a little bit too aggressive for me, so I stick there with my $6.60 price target. And right here we're going to do a little bit of a time skip, move ahead to a make it or break it situation for this trade. So as you can see, I did not have a very good entry point on my trade. DWT has gone down several cents, and we're continuously pushing up on crude oil. So what I'm looking for here was the 5-minute chart in the top right hand corner for that candle to close above the blue EMA line. And we didn't quite get that, so that was good, because if that had happened, I was going to have to cut losses and get out of the trade, just because not everything has to go according to plan, and I have to accept that and be willing to get out. But it was very nice to see that we closed right underneath it, and the next candle started right underneath it. But we weren't off the fences here, because it really could go either way still, and I really just have to hold tight and wait and see. Now I'm looking at my unrealized losses, which was $40, and I really need to just get comfortable with looking at that number. Now, in hindsight, this would have been a very good point to get into the trade. It would have lowered my purchasing cost by about 6 or 7 cents, depending on where exactly I got in. But obviously, I could have never known that this was going to happen. Like, we could have shot down to my price target without me even being in the trade, and that would have honestly really frustrated me, because it's happened in the past and I always end up chasing after it afterwards, and obviously getting in at the exact bottom where it starts popping back up and I start losing money immediately. So all in all, I'm glad with my entry point, even though it wasn't the best. Now, as you can see here, crude oil is starting to curl back down. The candles aren't quite reaching as high as they were in previous candles, and we're really sandwiched in between that EMA line and the 50 SMA line. So what I'm looking here for peace of mind is the candle to break below the EMA line, which it does right then. And now I'm happy that that happens, because it shows that I don't have to cut my losses and that I can stay in the trade. And even right there with the cursor, I'm getting excited. And actually, believe it or not, I get up and go to the bathroom here, because I'm very confident in the direction of crude oil. Now, it was a little risky because this could have been a false breakout, but this is where I came back from the bathroom at. I literally sat down, I saw that we had slowly edged down, and I was about to do just a little assessment on other charts to see if there was a hidden support here that I hadn't seen before. And then all of a sudden, we just get this, well, you'll see, this crack right there on the SPY, bottom left. Look at that. Just all of a sudden, the market starts selling off right at 10 o'clock. And lately, crude oil and the overall market have been loosely correlated. So as the market sells off, so does crude oil. Now, this was just dumb luck. There's no way I could have predicted this, but it was super in my favor. And I was very happy about that, obviously, because now we're just chipping away, going straight down to $51 a barrel, which you will see in just a moment here, as we are going to do our final time skip to the point in which I get filled on my sell. So right here you can see that crude oil in the bottom right has in fact gone pretty much straight down to our price point of $51 per barrel. And I apologize for moving around the charts so much. I just wanted to see the breakout that gold was having in the top right hand corner. And so I switched them around. Now crude oil's in the bottom right hand corner instead of the top right where it was previously. And so I am about to switch over to SureTrader, and I am going to put in my sell order so that it can be floating around and get filled right there, I hit place trade at $6.60 per share on DWT, and now it's just a waiting game. I'm patiently waiting for the bid on DWT to reach $6.60 per share, because SureTrader just always fills you on the bid. Even if people are getting filled on the ask price, they won't fill you. They only fill you on the bid, which is fine. You just have to know that and plan accordingly. Like, usually sell a couple pennies below where you think it's going to get to. That way you can for sure get filled. And so right now we are approaching that $6.60, and we popped right there, just closed. So my order got filled. I profited $138 from this trade, which is just fantastic. And we popped all the way up to $6.62 per share on DWT, which just makes me pretty happy because that was the high of day for DWT. So I pretty much top ticked it right there, and that just rarely ever happens. And there you have it, a day trade that made me over 3.5 times my daily goal. And that's just freaking awesome because now I can be even more selective, not have to worry about falling behind. So if you liked that video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so that I can see you in the next video.